your structure, you may be allowed to take a small percent of your profit, but as what I've been doing for the past 11 months have never been about the profit, I'm very, very excited that it's officially going to be registered as a community interest group. And under this platform, there are so many things that's coming up. I can share just a couple of these things with you, but some of them I have to bite my tongue for now because I can't say just yet. Yeah, I'll get in trouble. But yeah, just the live streaming. But what I can share is we're going to be running a membership scheme. So this is the moment where all the papers are put on your desks or on your table. If you just have a look at it, we're going to be running a membership scheme where you will be able to be opting to be part of the network. Now, all our, don't want to read off the paper, but if you just take a second to just have a quick read yourself, so it doesn't seem like I'm just reading what's already in front of you. So there are two things on here. You can either opt in to be a Good as Gold member, where under the membership scheme you will be able to benefit from lots of access to products and services, discounts, loyalty. There's just a wide range. The key for this, for Good as Gold, is that it will be in collaboration with Can2, which is the Black Business mobile app. So this is how you'll be able to access Good as Gold membership scheme via the mobile app. Now let me see everyone that will be downloading that app tonight. If you're not raising your hand, I might just pick on you to ask you why not.
Already downloaded it.
You've already downloaded it. That's what we want to hear. Anyone else that won't be downloading it?
I don't know.
Don't know?
Sorry.
Thinking out loud. Okay, don't worry. The founder, Colby King, will be here shortly to tell you a lot more about the mobile app, as well as the collaboration side of it. So maybe by then you may be more persuaded to download it. And
I tried to download it the other day.
She's sitting next to
I tried to download it the other day when I first heard about it. I was like, where is it? It's not here. But then you just told me it comes out today.
Okay, you're sitting next to the perfect person that should be able to assist you with that. So yes, you'll be able to opt in just as a member, and as a business owner, you will be able to opt in as well by stating what kind of offers and discounts you're willing to offer Good as Gold members, and what you expect in return. Now, we've got a few resources to hand that we may be able to meet your requirement. So all we're asking you to do for now is just to state what is it you can offer, if you even want to be a part of it, and what you would like in return. And at the bottom it says that I'll be in contact with you within 7 days to basically confirm anything that you've proposed on here. So we might basically end up offering you other things, or we might be able to agree with what you're asking for. But yeah, just take a few moments to have a look at it. And secondly, Good as Gold will be hosting and organizing workshops. So yay, finally. You know, a lot of the time people come to this event and they say, you know what, I had a great time, but what next? And I'm like, what do you mean, what next? I just kind of put this platform here for my Black-owned businesses to come, make the best use of it, which a lot of them do, and I've got some great success stories. But some people want to know, but what next? Well, these are some of the things that will be following on. So following on the events, you can always, benefit from your membership scheme, as well as workshops. So again, you've got a second form on your table, and it should tell you a bit about the proposed workshops. So instead of coming here today to tell you this is what the workshop is going to be like, as always, I want to hear what you guys think and what you guys think is beneficial for you. So that's why I've taken the time. My printer wasn't working, everything was going wrong, and I just said, no, I'm gonna make this happen. I went to the high street, paid the expensive price, and I definitely think it's worth it. Even if 1 or 2 people return this completed, at least I've got a bit more than what I think is right for you, but that's also some of you telling me what's right for you as well. So before you leave, do take the time to complete the forms on the workshops. It's basically asking you, is this something you think that would benefit you? If so, what kind of topics would you like to be covered? Is this something you're willing to pay for? And when and where is most convenient for you? So it's really just trying to hear what your opinion is. And then you basically watch the space. Once you complete this and you return it, you watch the space. And if you're connecting with us on our platform, regardless of which social media, you'll be able to get the update. And I'll just end on a couple of upcoming events that we've got, again in collaboration. Good as Gold is all about collaboration. So on the 24th of November, Good as Gold is hosting another networking event. It's with a different slight twist. But it's about, the theme of the night is breaking the fears of self-employment, and that will be hosted in Croydon. So trying to spread our wings a bit, and based on feedback I'm hearing at other people's events, crying out for Good as Gold to come to Croydon. Yes, yours, yes, big, yes. So yeah, here at Good as Gold is about to host what may end up being quite a regular event in Croydon. So watch the space, to hear more about the first one and any upcoming one after it. So yeah, it's in collaboration with Shy Figures. And on the 13th of December, which is our normal reoccurring event on this platform, here where you're sitting, Good as Gold will be in collaboration with Newer Networks. I said that right? Yep, Newer Network. And yes, he's the owner of Newer Network, Clement Oki, sitting right over there in case you didn't realise. And the theme of that one will be how to create and market the best website for your business. So I know quite of us small business entrepreneurs, freelancers, we sometimes don't have the time and resources in doing our website. In fact, mine is still under reconstruction. So it hopefully will be beneficial for some of us to come and basically learn for yourself how to do some of these things. So I'm just going to end on that. I know I probably said that before, but I am really going to end on that. And here is our social media platform again, in case you didn't get it. So without any further ado, I am going to call up tonight. Thank you for listening to me talk, by the way. I'm so passionate about what I do that sometimes I get so carried away. I hope I haven't put anyone to sleep. But yes, there is lots more to come, so I do need to step down now and pass the mic over to Jude Joseph.
How are we doing? I feel a bit cold, you know. I know I'm still in the summer mode, still got my African top, but I know you guys are going to warm me up, yeah? It's so beautiful just being around my people outside, looking around the room, because I'm not hearing any sirens. You know, normally when 5 of us get together, you know, you start hearing sirens. No, this is a beautiful thing because we're together to talk about networking and business. So what I'm going to talk about is how to network effectively and build collaborative relationships. What we're doing today is actually putting into practice what we're discussing today, because I met my beautiful sister here at an event that we were holding, and basically we kind of connected straight away. She does events, we do events, and it was like, if you have 2 large groups, the only thing you can do is come together, or else you're going to crash if you're growing at the same space. So we recognized straight away that coming together was a good thing. Now, what I'm going to talk about, normally we have a workshop as well, which lasts for a whole day. And I'm only here for 15 minutes, so I've got to try and cram about 8 hours worth of information into 15 minutes. So I've just basically put about 6 slides together, so it's not going to be boring and too long. So yes, if you could please. Okay, so by way of introduction, my name is Jude Joseph. My website is judejoseph.com. Normally I don't talk a lot about myself because I feel like when you talk too much about yourself, it's like ego and all of that. But then I get accused of not saying much about myself. So today I'm going to try and balance it out. In terms of networking, I put my number on there. Yeah, so if you've got a mobile phone, you can take a picture, you can put the number in your phone right now, because it's all about connecting with people. And your mobile is something that's always with you. Although I have done what my good sister was saying, I got cards. If you want a card, you can also have a card. Right, so my background is I've got a IT degree in computer science. I've also got a master's in internet and multi-level marketing. I've also got a doctorate in history and theology. Thank you. See, this is why I don't like saying it, because thank you. I really don't like doing that because it's not about that. But I had to talk a little bit about my background, because the reason I had got so much qualifications is because growing up, I left school with about 2 or so O-levels and a load of GCSEs. Some of you probably don't even know what those are because it's a long time ago. However, I was like, let me go and get a job. Went to get a job, it was like, oh, you're not qualified enough, we need a degree. I'm like, is this what I need to do to get the money? So I went and got a degree. Came out, was like, oh, you need a master's degree when I'm going for certain jobs. So I was like, you know what, this is long. But anyway, I've done it. And as I progressed in my career, it did help. So I'm not saying don't do degrees, but I got to a certain point and I was like, no matter how you're qualified, no matter how much you've got, the doors keep getting slammed in your face as one of us. Because as you get up into the higher realms of the multi-level companies, etc., you find that, do you know what I mean, it's kind of cold up there. It's not as dark as, you know, we are. So I was like, at the height of my career, I was working in Canary Wharf in the HBC Bank, the big building at the top, and like, I didn't like it. I was just like looking around. Most of the places I worked, I was the only person there of colour. Yeah, so it was like, even though I was getting good money, I didn't feel comfortable, because I'm like, where is all our people? How comes they're not employed in these big jobs? Cut a long story short, I decided that I was going to quit and work for myself. And I started doing that, working as a consultant and advising people, because I've had a lot of experience with business and IT and so on. So I started helping small businesses. And in working with lots of businesses, we realized that there was a common theme. You know, we were struggling to reach the heights of success that we need to be at in comparison to our, you know, other communities. So what I'm going to talk about today, I've just done the introduction. I'm currently consulting with Big, which I can talk about a bit later when we do the 2 minutes pitch or whatever. But that's what I'm focusing on at the moment with Business Investment Group. I'm going to talk about the definition of networking, examples of networks, talk about networks that are relevant to you, us, the importance of networking, how to do it effectively with some tips and a bit about collaboration. And then maybe take 1 or 2 questions if there's any time left. Okay, so networking, the definition, well, there's a couple. If you go into the dictionary, if you look on Wikipedia and so on, but the one I've got in the box is networking is a socio-economic business activity by which business people and entrepreneurs meet to form business relationships and to recognize, create or act upon business opportunities, share information and seek potential partners for ventures. Yeah? So that's what the definition of networking is. Now, yes please, next. Now, I put a number of networks there that you can possibly think of. You know, there's like the obvious ones, the computer network, the internet. Obviously, internet kind of stands for International Network of Computers. You've got the underground network, road networks, even constellations in the sky, those are network, the solar system, telephone and mobile networks, radio and TV network. So I put a few diagrams and images up there just to give you an idea, because when we talk about networking, we have to look at it from a holistic point of view and then bring it down to what we're doing today. Okay, let's move to the next slide. So, in terms of yourself as a being, you have a whole array of networks within you. So when you look at yourself, if you look at that diagram at the top right-hand corner, number one, the person is you. When you study genetics, as the master of genetics, Johann Mendel, he's a geneticist, one of the fathers of genetics, he explains that there are 4 generations that you're composed of, right? So when you look at yourself, you're not just representing yourself, you're representing a network of your ancestors and people within your lineage. So the common mistake is to think that you're by yourself, but you're not. You have this network of people from your mother and father and their mothers and fathers going down 4 generations. So you are actually a combination of all those, because your DNA and RNA are composed of the people that you come from. So it's very important to recognize this fact, because when you as a being is not in tune with your network, then you might not understand how or why certain situations you're in may or may not work out, because all of these people in your lineage have personalities that come out in you. So sometimes those personalities might clash with other people, yeah? Okay, can we move on to the next one? Thank you. So when you look at your being and your body, you have your nervous system, you have your neural system, which is like activity of your brain, because at the end of the day, before you take an action and do anything, you have to think it first. You have to think before you act. So your thinking and how your energy is has a tremendous effect on what you do and your relationships with other people. It's so much so that you can be in the company of someone that empowers and energizes you, and you can go to someone else and they just draw your energy out of you. So this is very important when we're talking about working with people. You also have to recognize what kind of person you are. Like, some people are not morning people. You're a morning person?
24 hours. I need
Okay. Excellent. Some people are not morning people. Some are night people. Some are both. Like in your case, you're a bit like me. I'm more of a morning person. I mean, early hours of the morning, I get more done. So what it is you have to recognize when you're most productive, because there's no point gathering with a number of people for a meeting at 9 o'clock if they're not morning people, because they're going to be like, they're not going to be at their optimum levels of energy. So it's important to know and meet up with people at the times when they're most effective for you. Okay, please. Right, so this is the bit where we go into the actual importance of networking and the tips. Like I said before, your thoughts are very important, because your actions come from how you think. So you may need to change your attitude. You may need to read certain books, be around certain people. Presentation, yeah, which has been mentioned before, because the way you're perceived, obviously people will judge you and have stereotypes and so on, but they say first impressions last, so, look presentable. You got to treat it like, for the brothers in the house, when you meet a woman that you're interested in for the first time, you got to go through that whole courting, impressing her, get to know her. Don't just rush and, try and just go from 0 to 100. So you got to, with networking, it's the same thing. You've got to be able to nurture those relationships, yeah? And you've got to do that in a way, even like statistics say, when people shop online, they would visit a website like 7 times before they actually purchase, because they check out the person, they check out the products, they talk to other people, they get to see the 5 stars and all of that. People do research to find out whether or not this company is reputable. So when you meet someone, for from the networking events we've been holding, sometimes people just think on that first occasion they meet that they're going to strike it off. Even with myself and Miss Good as Gold, we tried it initially to hook up, and it was like, I think we sent texts and then we didn't get to meet, and it was like, for a while we just left it, but somehow we managed to kind of meet up and we started to talk, and we've got some surprises in store for you in the future about some of the things we're working together on. Okay, so without boring you to death, networking is so important. Like, you can meet one person, right, and your business could be going down the pan, and you meet that one person at that networking event that changes and turns everything around by just maybe they need you to do some work for them and they give you a big contract. So networking is very important. In fact, all the people that I've met who are influential and I value, like my good sister here as well, I also met through somebody introducing her to me through a networking event, and we've been working together. She has her own business, and I'm sure she will talk about that later on. But yeah, we've been working together ever since, and it's been a great collaboration. I'm going to talk about some of the tools. Mailing list. How many of you use mailing list? With a show of hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. About 50%. But if you don't use a mailing list, you should definitely get one. You can get a free account with like MailChimp. Yeah, you familiar with MailChimp? Because what it is the automated systems help you to keep in touch with the people you meet. So when you meet somebody, you get the business cards, the email address, you put them onto your list, and then you send them things and speak to them, build that relationship that we were talking about over a period of time before you put your proposition to them. You know, you can't just meet someone straight away, buy my goods, just like you don't know them. You got to build that trust. You know.
Hi, I'm Selma, buy my stuff.
Say that again.
I said, hi, I'm Selma, buy my stuff.
Oh, that's great. See, that's one of the things I was going to come to in terms of being different. You've got to, I've got another slide, the last one coming up. You've got to be different, stand out, do whatever you need to be noticed. Okay, so using social media, using your mobile phone. A lot of people carry phones now that are referred to as smartphones. Don't let the phone become too smarter than you, because it's called a smartphone, everyone just relies on the phone. But at the end of the day, even though it has all those tools in it, use them. You know, there's so many tools, calendars, alerts, and things like that a lot of people don't use. What else? Videos, short videos, 90 seconds videos, because you can share those and send them around. You know, don't make them too long and boring. Obviously, events, attending events on a regular basis. Has anyone done any MLMs, multi-level marketing? No? Okay, 1, 2. Now, they will tell you that, 3 of them, 4, that events make money, and they do. Because even though you may not charge for somebody to come in, you may meet someone, like I said before, and get a good deal that, you get a really good business deal from it. So yeah, attend events at least once a month. Can I have the next slide, please? Thank you. So right here are the essential networking tips I'm going to leave you with. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You've heard that term before, right? Yeah. So you can meet someone that can change your life. You can meet somebody that can connect you with someone else that can really help. So make sure the relationships that you're nurturing and building are of value or quality as opposed to quantity. Right, so the elevator speech, this is something that you should always have ready. 30 to 60 seconds for your business or idea. So when the elevator pitch comes from, most of you probably are aware, when you have that one shot to impress someone, and you may be in an elevator with them, going from top to down or up, down to top, and you've got like 30 seconds to sell yourself. So you've got to be able to convince them or get your idea across in 30 to 60 seconds. Be different. There's a sister that we work with, and she's got red hair. I don't know if anybody here attended our event and saw her. You saw her, right? I remember seeing the sister and speaking to her, and I was like, really? Red hair? Like, you know, because it just looked so out there. And when I started to speak to her, she was like, you know what, I've done this for a purpose. When I go to networking events, believe me, no one forgets me. And I was like, you know what, that's so smart. And then obviously she was like, if you're gonna judge me just by my hair, then I don't really need to be speaking with you, because she's very professional, very, you know, she looks smart and everything, but it's a ploy that you can maybe, you know, take note from. I'm not saying don't get green hair and red hair, but I'm just saying do something that makes you stand out. Like if I look around the room right now, I can say I'm probably the only person wearing an African top today, right? Oh, okay, there you go. She's the African scarf. Yeah, but I'm just saying, just do something that makes you stand out different from the rest. Helping others. Sometimes we look at making or getting profit or getting something from people. If you give for free, you will get back, because that person will tell someone else, you know, you did something for me, and that will basically eventually become something profitable. So don't shy away from helping people. Yeah. Personal integrity. Be sincere, honest, reliable, trustworthy. These are all qualities that people like to know, that if I'm going to deal with you, you're going to be sincere. Right? I'm running out of time, so I'm going to quickly run through the rest of the points. Right, so lastly, quickly run through the relevant targeting. Don't just spread your net wide. You've got to target the people that are going to be useful to you. Follow up immediately. And if you don't plan, you can aim to fail. So always, if you fail to plan, you will plan to fail. Follow up. So for example, anyone I meet, they're on my mobile phone, and I put the details about them that I know about them on my phone, so I can quickly, you know, pull it up. Be positive. Sustain focused effort. So basically, don't just jump around. Try and focus on your objective of what you're trying to achieve. And finally, have a life balance. You know, there are people I know, they just go to networking events. It can be costly in terms of resources, time, and your money. So choose your events carefully. I'm going to stop there, but if you have any questions or anything you want to quickly ask, I'll be happy to take one or two, but my time is up. So thank you very much for listening. Enjoy the rest of the evening.
Just so that I know, was there any question? No? Okay. By the hand of applause, I take it that you all enjoyed the talk from Jude. Now, I'm going to call up our second speaker for the night, Kobe King. But just before he does, can I just check, did anyone see me on Ben TV earlier on this week?
Yes, we did.
Oh, right, okay. At least one person. Right, okay. Well, this lovely gentleman here that's doing the recording, Sejan, he was so grateful enough to invite me to do an interview on Ben TV earlier this week. Was it on Wednesday? Yeah. On Friday. Do you know what? The days are just going so fast. But yes, it was on Friday last week. And it was such an amazing experience of going there and talking about this networking platform and the wonderful work that we're getting done here. So yeah, just thought I would just bring it to your attention in case you hadn't seen it, and just double checking who'd seen it. I've been promised that I will get a copy of the recording. So as soon as I get it, I'll be able to share it with you all as well. Thank you. So yes, Kobe King.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
This is the first time I'm actually speaking to you. Oh, okay. It's better? Alright, perfect. Alright. Kobe King, the founder of this organization that produced the Can2 app. So I believe we've heard everything about networking, so I'll just speak to you about the Can2 app and how it can help us as a community. So the Can2 app is basically a Black community networking app. I know it's a business app, it's a directory app, but it does more than that. So we're hoping that we can have all the community at one place so we can reach them for various collaborative activities. So the most important thing that a lot of people network about is businesses. So the business is one of the main goals of Kanto app. So we have businesses, jobs, we have events. I had to basically use the Kanto app, the event page, the Good at Go event, to direct me to this place. Because it has certain direction right on the page to bring you to the place.
Are you guys hearing that? No, seriously.
Can you hear me?
Are you guys hearing that? That is absolutely amazing.
We've got a lot of things. Pardon me, I'm not a very good public speaker, so I will leave you to download the app yourself. You have it? Perfect. Perfect. Alright, so I was also told, actually this helping me as well, because I was told about the brother here, I believe it was Master Mo, that mentioned him to me. So it's good that I've connected with him. I'll speak to him after that, and we can do some things together. Next time, I'll dress to impress, I hope. And do some business cards as well. A few other things. I've taken that point. So my passion is that as a community, there's a lot of things that's going wrong with us. We see it every day, in every walk of life, in our workplaces, in our own dealings, in our family life, wherever we are, we feel it. I normally tell people that regardless of how prosperous a leaf or a branch of a tree becomes, it's only a matter of time before it gets affected too, when the tree that it belongs to gets destroyed. So we can never achieve success as individuals. Regardless of your resources, regardless of your luck, regardless of your intellect, we can never achieve success as individuals. Because we are, right now, we are at war. It's a war of ideology that is basically trying to get us to believe, trying to instill into us that we are a lesser race. So we should accept our place. And the passion in us that doesn't want to accept that is a threat to any of the enemies of our race. So anything that we can do to help us to work together, to collaborate, to network, is a plus. Because we can do our own little things, make money, and go. But I guarantee you this, the next generation will find it tougher than we have it right now. So time is not really on our side. We need to do things. The Kanto app, I basically had some businesses that closed down end of 2014. So I took about a year out. I didn't want to do anything. I was really disappointed. So I decided I cannot wait any longer, because my plan was all the business I set up was to make me a lot of money so I can do something for the community. But it didn't happen. 3 years before then, I did an invention. I wanted to pick money. I wanted something that would give me a few millions. So I invented a hinge, a normal door hinge. That does like 5 things. It serves as a door lock, a door stopper, a door wedge, a child safety protection unit, and the hinge itself. Anyway, a company tried to steal it. So after losing a lot of money, I got frustrated. I thought, I abandoned it. The IP office wrote to me that it's more than one invention, so as we separate it up and start again. So I said, okay, we can take it. I left it. So I thought, if I fail again, well, I haven't failed really, but if I've lost money again in the current venture, am I going to waste time, save again, before embarking on another project to make money before doing something for the community? I thought, I don't have the money. I might as well just get on with it. So I started the Kanto app. I didn't want to raise money because I know a lot of things that we do. There's a lot of young people that come to the community to, ask for support in terms of money to do things. So I wanted to try to see how far I can stretch myself, and I wanted to do it, anything I can get my hands on to do it. So I'm doing it as free for any business to be on there. It's not just business. If you have any job in your various businesses, put it on there so app users can find it. If you've got some special offers, it's a way for you to market your business as well. You can put it on there so people can find it, they'll connect with you. On the app, it will basically connect everyone, every business. If you have a website, there's a button on there that will link straight to your website. You can call you right from the website. They can email you from the website. There's a whole lot of other features on there you can use. And behind it all is also for emergencies, sharing information, and special offers or anything that we can share as a community. So in terms of emergencies, we can segment any part of the community and send information to them. Say if you want to send information to just some ladies between 20 and 30 years in maybe northwest of London, somewhere maybe in Colindale, you can do that through the app. So they will get it, nobody else will. So it's got a lot of things we can do to direct, to help ourselves. If something is happening somewhere, we can alert the people there that hey, this is what is happening. Be aware of this, and this is what you should be doing. So it's a lot. Even though we say it's a business directory app, it does more than that. I hope you download it, have a look at it, and then you're welcome to come to me for any feedback. I'll leave my phone number. Somehow you can ask me for my mobile number and speak to me if you've got any ideas that you want to share with me and how we can improve on the app. I'm happy to hear it from you. I believe I've said enough, so I'll leave it. Oh, so we've got some questions.
What's the name of the app again?
It's CANTO. CANTOO. Basically to say that yes, we can do it too. We can do it. And the logo for the app is a groom, meaning symbolizing strength and unity. So I hope you all enjoy the app, and then a few other things that we'll be working on. We'll bring it to your attention in due course. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kobe. You did say that you're not one big on public speaking, but I think you did pretty good. How did you all find it? Woo! Power to our community! Yay! Seriously, I'm so much on that. And that's why I brought these two gentlemen here tonight, because the essence of their business is coming together and working together, collaborating with each other. So I hope what they had to say, both about their businesses and in general, I hope you find it useful. Now, we would have had a break now, but as we started a little bit past time, I'm just going to skip to the next part of the event. And if we aim to finish early, then you'll have plenty of time for general networking, as well as checking out, I believe, 2 of our schools turn up. 1, D Naturals, hey, thanks for being in the house. Do you have your stuff out? Yes, as always. Show us on the online platform of